Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Helen Blanchard, the international president, past international president of Toastmasters, said, "Get out of Toastmasters." Did she say that? No, she said, "When you get out of Toastmasters." No, that doesn't sound right either. She said, "If you get out of Toastmasters, all that there is to get out of Toastmasters, then you will never get out of Toastmasters." How do I know that's true? Because I set a goal for myself. I wanted to complete the first 10 speeches and become a competent communicator. And then I felt like, I'm done. I have graduated from Toastmasters. I didn't know that there was more to Toastmasters. So when I finished that 10th speech, I said, yes, I'm done. So long, folks. I got what I wanted. I'm a confident speaker now. I feel good. I like getting in front of people. But the one thing I did not like was table topics. I hated table topics. That really just made me sick. The idea that they expect you to come up with something right off the cuff. I mean, my brain just wasn't that quick. I was slow. They asked me a question, I'm thinking, thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. Fellow Toastmasters, I'm talking slow so that I can think of something to say. And after a while, I realized that that's really hampering me in a lot of different ways. I'm a sales rep. If someone gives you an objection, you need to be snappy, and coming up with a response so that you can get the sell. See, but that was just my personality. I wasn't a player either. I couldn't get with the women. I didn't have anything to say. I was just slow. I'm married now, but my wife, when she says things, sometimes I was slow to respond to her too. So I felt like table topics can really help me. So I stayed in table topics. I stayed in Toastmasters so that I can get better with table topics. And guess what? I went from a person that absolutely hated table topics to a person who felt like I can actually compete in a contest. Now I mentioned there is a table topics contest coming up. 4 years ago, I got in that contest and I won at the area level. So I went on to the next level. I won at the division. So I went on to the district. And I got second at the district. I was close to being first. And this is a person who hated table topics. Now that helped me for a little while. But guess what? There's more to Toastmasters than table topics and speeches. There's a whole leadership side. I became president of my club. President, is that a hard job? Is that a hard job? No. Not a difficult job. But I was resistant. But when I became president, I had to step up my game. Just like I'm sure Eli had to do. And everybody else who's going to be president will have to do. You have to persuade people to do things that they don't want to do. And that's tough. Now that's tough. I did that for 4 years because no one else wanted to be president. I learned a lot over that 4 years. It really helped me with my business. Then I became VP of Education. Now, is that a tough job? Is that a tough job? That's a tough job. You really have to persuade people when you are VP of Education. You have to say, hey, can you work a little bit harder? Can't you get a couple more speeches in? Please, I mean, the club is depending on you, Cal. Can you do it? Will you do it? How many speeches do you have right now, Cal? 7? 5? You just need 5 more. We're going to work it out, Calvin. We're going to make it happen. And you have to do that for everybody in the club. Push them. Cajole them. Be gentle. I had to learn to be gentle. I actually ran a couple of people out of the club. I'm like, hey, when are you going to speak? when are you going to speak? That's what we are about. We're about speaking. If you don't want to speak, then why are you here? And they said, yeah, you're right. Why am I here? They left. So I had to be gentle. I had to soften my approach. Hey, wouldn't you like to speak? No? Okay. That's okay. We're going to make you, we're married. Is that okay? All right. And then we step it up a little bit. Hey, how about this time? You want to speak? Do your icebreaker speech? Not this time? Okay, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to work up to it. So we're keeping our people happy. And it's tough. It's tough. But I went through all the speeches. I completed the last speech for my Advanced Communicator Gold just a couple of weeks ago. So I've completed that. I'm on the track to complete my Advanced Leader Silver. Do you know what comes after that? Anybody?
Gold.
No. Once you've completed the Advanced Communicator Gold and the Advanced Leader Silver, DTM. So I'm knocking at the door. Here I am, thinking that I was done at 10 speeches. I've now done over 40 speeches. Today, I'm actually going back through the CC manual. So this is the first of those 10 speeches. And I'm almost a DTM. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't stop there. You can find more and more to get out of Toastmasters. And I have to say, if you get out of Toastmasters, all that there is to get out of Toastmasters, you will not get out of Toastmasters. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.